That brings us to the final segment of tonight's dinner, the Kiddush Hashem of our 8th grade Talmidim, and the story behind the story.
I'm sure by now you've probably heard the incredible story about the 8th grade of Yeshiva Torah Vodaas, a midterm, a teacher, and tefillin and tzitzis that are now being worn daily. But now it's time to hear the story behind the story.
My name is Yaakov Kramer, and I'm in 8th grade in Yeshiva Torah Vodaas. My teacher in the afternoon is Mr. Berger.
Mr. Jonathan Berger, an unaffiliated Jew, has been a member of the Secular Studies teaching department for the last 26 years.
I've taught grade 6, 7, and 8. I've taught English, math, social studies, and science. For the last 10 years or so, I've been mainly in the 8th grade of the yeshiva.
The teacher-student relationship at Torah Vodaas is of utmost importance. Each teacher brings out the best in the child, and in order for them to do that, they have to connect and relate to each other on a personal level.
The boys very often share with Mr. Berger what's important to them. Having just celebrated their bar mitzvahs, tefillin is constantly on their minds.
The boys had always asked me to put on tefillin. For some reason, I always brushed them off. It just wasn't something that was part of my life.
Recently, I was walking in the hallways of yeshiva, and I was approached very excitedly by a number of the 8th graders who said, Rabbi Pearl, did you hear? Mr. Berger said that if Kramer gets 100 on the midterm, he's going to put on tefillin every single day from now until the end of the school year.
The big day arrives, the day of the midterm, and the Rebbe comes in first thing in the morning, and he sees one of his Talmidim sitting there with a social studies book, right before Hebrew class starts.
From 8 o'clock in the morning till I arrived at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he spent his time studying social studies. He was going to prove me wrong.
I felt like this was my opportunity to help him grow in Yiddishkeit, and I realized what a frum Jew is.
He proceeds to take the test, and he excitedly brings it in to me. I was actually proctoring the test in the other room.
Mr. Berger is marking the test, and the pressure is mounting, one after the next. The kid is batting 1,000. Every single answer correct. Sure enough, he pulled it off. He scored 100. Mr. Berger said, "A man is only as good as his word. I intend on keeping the promise that I made and wearing tefillin every day for the rest of the year."
That evening, Mr. Berger actually sent me a text saying that he hadn't used his tefillin in a while, and he wasn't sure if they were even kosher, and he asked me if I could please bring my tefillin in so that he could put them on the next day.
I got to the yeshiva, and I barely could get up the staircase. And I said, "What's going on?" They said, "The whole yeshiva's out on the 2nd floor. Everybody's waiting for you to arrive. Everybody's waiting to watch you put on tefillin."
It was literally as if a simcha was taking place in the hallway. The word had spread. Previous students of Mr. Berger's from the high school came down. There was a crowd in the hallway.
Everyone felt very excited that he was putting on tefillin. And he also felt very pumped about it.
For the first few days, Mr. Berger went ahead and used my tefillin to put on. After a few days, one of our 8th grade parents found out about what was going on in the classroom and actually offered to purchase a new pair for Mr. Berger to use.
I immediately ordered them. My brother was able to get them from a sofer in Eretz Yisrael, brought them in.
Every day he comes into class and takes out the tefillin and starts rolling up his sleeve. And boys in the class started giving him books about tefillin. One boy even brought him a transliterated siddur so he's able to read from it.
A short while after Mr. Berger began wearing tefillin daily, somebody mentioned to him, that there's an incredible shmira, protection, that could be offered for your body if you wear tzitzis every day.
That day he told her, "Pearl, you want tzitzis?" And I ran out to the store and got him tzitzis, and since then he's wearing it every day.
About 4 or 5 weeks after the entire incident, Mr. Berger actually approached me and mentioned that he felt that this entire episode had changed his life and he wanted to give back to the boys. So he thought that he would go ahead and offer a pizza party. He asked that we invite the entire 8th grade because he felt that they were all really part of the transformation that was taking place.
Of all my 26 years here, I will always remember the class of 2022 because they brought something to me that the other 25 years I didn't have. I hope that even when you graduate that you'll be able to come back here and see me, that I'm continuing to do the things that you taught me, and hopefully to take it even a little bit further in the future.
The nachas that it would have given Mr. Fink, who is no doubt enjoying and kvelling this milestone from up in Shamayim, was something that Mr. Berger really regretted that he hadn't been able to accomplish earlier.
I know he would be very proud to see my transformation, probably more proud than anybody else at the yeshiva.
This story clearly demonstrates the Avodas Hashem package that our Talmidim get throughout the day here in Yeshiva Torah Vodaas. Davening, learning, Musar, Hashkafa, Midas Toivos, and the ability to take all of that and transmit it over in the context of making a Kiddush Hashem is something that we're exceedingly proud of our 8th grade Talmidim and all of our Talmidim. It gives me great pride at this time to call up the entire 8th grade of Yeshiva Torah Vodaas to come up and accept the Kiddush Hashem Award. Thank you.
This story has been an inspiration to everyone at the yeshiva and to the world at large. We would like to have Yaakov Yehuda Kramer accept this plaque on behalf of his classmates. Mr. Berger, thank you for 26 years of dedication to our school and its students. We also want to enhance your Jewish growth and experience. We would therefore like to present you with this Shabbos package, which has all the essential items a Jewish family needs to bring Shabbos into their lives. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm quite overwhelmed being here tonight. I was hoping to inspire my students, and I hope that I did a good job with it. I'm 52 years old. I've spent 26 years at the yeshiva, so I spent half my life here. And tonight I really feel like part of the Torah Vodaas family. I'd like to thank all the Rebbeim, Rabbi Yitzhak Adina, and especially my wife, Miss Rochelle Berger, for everything that she does. Thank you. Thank you.